What's going on, friends? What's up, gamers? And welcome to DRULcast 220. I hope.
It's 220, bro. Show 220.
220.
Show
Hey,
220.
it's your show,
yeah,
man.
Yeah. This
That's
is
awesome.
the most important show we've ever had. 100 didn't matter.
This is the one you should have introed.
Yeah, I know, right? 100 didn't matter. 200 doesn't
show.
matter. 50 doesn't matter. None of these they don't matter.
Well, the show's over after the 220.
Yeah, we don't need any
220.
more, you know?
Yo, I had to rethink. I'm like, wait, did I fuck up? Is it really 220? I looked over.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
episode fucking 200.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
gosh, this guy.
I had to. Took a double take.
Yeah.
I performed a double take.
When do you not, though? I mean, we do this all the time, and I always ask, when is there ever a time you have not second-guessed what episode we're on?
Good point.
Yeah. And I feel like we
Good
never
point.
answer the question, so.
There is no answer.
Okay.
It just always happens. Let me go ahead and just make a quick folder here so that I don't get confused.
Yeah.
And let me prepare some show notes so that I'm actually prepared. Speaking of being prepared, I am not, because we're doing this at a different time than we normally do. So.
Boo hoo hoo. Boo hoo hoo.
Life, man, comes at you.
Yeah.
Many which angles, man.
Yeah.
You ever see the commercial for Crossfire?
Crossfire, like that game?
Crossfire,
Yeah.
the little pinball. Like, I feel like I'm in the middle and I'm like dodging those fucking steel balls. Like, oh fuck, like what?
Hey,
Ah!
that's a perfect segue into like basically one of the things I was going to talk about.
Hey.
Yeah. And you didn't even
We're in
know. You have
sync,
no
man.
clue what I was going to talk about either.
No clue.
Exactly. So over holidays or whatever, you know, like Christmas and all that, there's usually a lot of sales. And I bought a handful of things on Oculus Store. One of the things I bought, which I asked you if I should buy or not, but I never told you if I did, was SUPERHOT VR.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it. And I played it.
And did you play it?
I played it, and I beat it.
Oh.
Yeah. So
You what?
I finished it. It's not that long. It's maybe like a couple hours or so.
I heard I hated it. I'm like, what?
Oh, no, I beat it. Yeah.
You beat
I
it.
finished
Okay,
it. Completed. Yeah. But
Nice.
yeah. So when you said dodging and everything, I'm like, oh, perfect. Yeah, because I dodged a lot of bullets in slow motion. And
It was dope.
I mean, have you
Right?
played VR version?
I haven't done the VR version, but the regular version, I'm doing moves and shit, and I'm like, yeah, like this feels awesome.
Right.
In VR, I can't only imagine. Like,
I don't. Okay.
it must be amazing.
So I never watched like a trailer for it before I played it in VR. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So I didn't know what the regular version looked like. I played VR version, and then I went. I'm like, wait, how do they do this without VR? You know, I'm just curious what the difference is.
Okay.
And I went and watched the trailer for, you know, just the normal version, and it actually looks better. It looks better than the VR version.
Then the VR. Is that expected though?
No,
Oh. Okay.
I wouldn't expect that.
I mean, I would expect anything to be better than VR.
no, you're crazy.
Right. At least right now.
No, you're
like
crazy.
visually, I don't know.
You're crazy.
mean,
I'm
if
not
it-
talking
if-
visually. I'm talking like gameplay wise.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Because, so, like, in the trailer, the one I watched, there was, like, a really long hallway. And basically, you start at one end, and you make your way to the other
Non-VR.
end. Then not VR. Right.
Yeah. And then you
make your way to the other
forward, you
end.
dodge,
Yeah.
you
And then it
dodge,
was, like,
you hide in the hallway.
it looked like it was
little-
easy to
little
throw
thing.
stuff. It looked like it was easy to do a lot of things, right? And I was like, oh, that's
Sure.
cool. And it's way faster, too. The gameplay is way faster. There were maybe...
Okay. Yeah.
There was actually one really defining moment in VR that made it cool. And I don't think it's a spoiler because the levels aren't... You know what I mean?
They're not really spoiler.
Right, so I can
Yeah.
I can talk about it.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a level where you're standing behind like a control console, and everything's white, right? Everything's white and gray, so you can't really say like, oh, I'm in a factory, but you're in a factory. It's obvious, right? They do a really good job with the limited color palette to like make graphics, right?
Yeah.
So
That's one thing I really liked about that game.
yeah, so you're in a factory, and there's a catwalk like bridge thing in front of you, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like the metal ones and stuff that you see in factories.
Yep.
And there's a big like steel beam that's coming across. So I don't know if the normal one does this, but when you start a level in VR, they always have like a little title. So this one was called like Watch Your Head. I don't know
Yeah.
if they do that in another one. You know what I mean?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I played it so long ago.
Okay. And then I mean there's other ones like oh god, what other ones? Like Bang Bang or something. You know, they have like all kinds of little titles for every single
I
little
think it
level
was
you
the
do.
same. I don't know if I remember.
Yeah,
I
whatever
think
it
it
is.
was the same.
Yeah. So this one's called Watch Your Head. So, and the center console in front of you, it's like a what you would think of a console. There's a little like area, then it goes up. You know what I mean? So if I were sitting on a chair, I'd kind of be, you could only see like my eyes up type thing because that's how high
Yeah.
it is. So there's a gun sitting on top of that center console thing. So the bar is coming towards you. You basically have to like pick up the gun and duck at the same time, but that kills. Okay, there's a guy on the catwalk, so the bar will kill the guy on the catwalk, right? It hits him, he blows up, or whatever you want to call it. But there's a guy coming around the left side of the console, so you have to pick up the gun and like twirl around, and then shoot the guy there. That was like the most quote unquote like movie type moment that I experienced. But I think they could have done.
Really?
Yeah, I think they could have done a lot more of that stuff though.
Like quick.
Because that was like, I mean, there was quick moves.
Like reaction based. I don't know.
No,
like
there's the whole thing's reaction based, right? I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
But so basically, what I'm saying is cool about that part is that I had to like pick up the gun while ducking, right? And then you do, you've watched like, I don't know, I'm gonna say The Matrix or something, but any fancy action movie with like nice choreography, like just think of them picking something up and then you like turn, but you leave your arm out, right? Like you're shooting arm out, so like you reach out, leave it out, duck, and then you like guys come around the corner, then like boom, you like just fire real quick.
Grab the other thing.
So then it was like that. It was like that whole little like choreograph, like like dance action sequence part. And there was only one level that was hard, and that was the last level. Like that was actually really, really hard. Where it's just
I
like
don't think I beat the game.
Oh yeah.
But I think the VR version is different.
Oh, it is.
Right?
No, it's completely different.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like separate level.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're probably I have Forever Edition, but that doesn't mean I think everybody does now. It was a free update. But all that means is after you beat it, there's like time trials and other ways you can like replay the game.
Yeah. Which is expected for a game like that. Definitely time trials.
Right.
Dude, I mean, I remember pulling some crazy moves. Like you, like gut check a dude. He drops his knife. You grab the knife. You, like ninja star throw it to the dude that's sniping.
Yeah.
Like you do some crazy shit, and I imagine all of that in VR must be amazing. But you're over here telling me that it's not.
It's
it
not
doesn't
as cool.
Feel.
Right. Yeah. Throwing stuff is really hard.
It's a little bit of a letdown, man.
I don't know if throwing stuff was hard in what's it called in normal version, but
you just aim. You just literally look at the person and press the button.
No.
Just goes.
Like
okay, so
I let go. Okay, so here I'm gonna compare this to Robo Recall because I still feel like that's the definitive version. So like when I throw something in Robo Recall, like it's going where I throw it. Like what you think SUPERHOT
does the item have weight to make it feel so like if you're throwing a baseball, will it go as far as if you were to throw a bowling ball?
In what?
In Robo Recall.
I don't know. They don't have baseballs and bowling balls.
Well, like just item wise, like something heavy versus something light. Like, is there anything like that you'd be able to like somewhat compare? Like, I could throw this way further. Okay, how about this? If you throw what do you throw on Robo Recall? Like
robots.
Okay, maybe it's a bad example. I was just saying, like, if you throw a gun, can you throw it as far as if you were to throw a knife?
I never tried because the guns, I just drop them in Robo Recall.
Dude, you gotta throw them at their heads and knock them out and steal their gun.
No, see, you can't.
When it pops
I don't
up.
think you can steal guns in Robo Recall.
No, I'm talking about.
I know SUPERHOT. Yeah, you steal a gun.
Okay.
But I'm just saying. Okay, so like, say you have Ninja Stars. I'm like, it's gonna be sick, right? Ninja Star and SUPERHOT. So I go to throw it. And I hit maybe like 1 out of 10, just because I feel like I don't know. I'm always throwing it wrong. I don't know.
I'm just gonna pause you for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check this out. No, don't do anything. It's part of the show. All right.
Okay.
This is how dyslexic I am. For the show, we talked about it. We talked about the number. We talked about how it's your show, right?
Yeah.
Just quick sidebar. I wrote 202. I'll just throw that out there. This is why you can't trust me with this stuff, okay?
Oh my god.
This is why I don't work in the banking industry.
You just have to be more confident, bro, about your numbers,
Jesus.
and life will be okay.
Anyways, sorry. I just noticed it. I looked up and I'm like 202.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Anyways,
I'm glad you caught it. That's all that matters. But yeah, like I was saying, the Ninja Star, I throw it and I feel like it doesn't go where I want it to go. So. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah,
fair enough.
it's not like and then, like I said, when I watched the trailer for the actual or like the non-VR game, it seems like that guy threw like a gun or whatever. He threw something from like 100 feet away and killed 2 people, and I was like, that's never happening in my version. Like it's just not gonna happen.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, there's some cool moments.
Okay.
But Robo Recall, I think. So, like I said,
it's gonna be hard to beat that game for you, man. Like
time
you go
like
into
you said,
VR,
the feeling you thought, the feeling you thought I would get from SUPERHOT is what it is in Robo Recall. Like you get that feeling, like, you know what I mean? You're picking up somebody, you're throwing something, you're doing this, you're like dodging that, you're like picking this ball out the air, you're throwing it back at them.
I miss VR, man. I can't wait for PAX.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, what you thought Super Hot would be is what Robo Recall is. Like, that's the difference.
Okay, fair enough.
So, if I hadn't played Robo Recall, I'd probably be like, oh, Super Hot's really sick.
Yeah.
You know, the cool thing about Super Hot is that, I mean, it's like any VR game though, but it does make cool use of cover. So
cover, I think and the palette, the color palette, like you mentioned earlier, has a lot to do with how you kind of control that.
What do you mean?
Right? So like certain, if I remember correctly, certain parts, it has that Mirror's Edge thing where it like
right.
It doesn't tell you where to go, but here's a hint.
Well,
like
here,
follow the red type shit.
In the VR version, you don't really move, so you don't really have to go anywhere. You know? Yeah. You don't really move.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You start a level. This is how it works. This is how it works.
You can't
I'll tell
teleport?
No, there's no teleport. That's how it works. You start a level, right? Every level ends with it saying super hot. I don't know if it's the same way in
it's the same.
Okay.
Super hot, like all
super hot. Super. It just keeps saying it. And then anyways. So you start a level, and let's say, okay, this is a really easy example because it's easy to think of. There's one that's called Hijack or something like that, and you're in the cockpit of a plane, and there's two red guys, and you have, I don't think you have anything. Maybe you have two knives or something like that. Whatever it gives you to start with, right? So like you kill the two guys real quick in the cockpit, and then to advance to the next section, a little black pyramid pops up and it says grab. So you just like grab it or break it, and then it goes to the next part of that level. Like it just moves over there. It's like a whole new scene, but same level. You know what I mean? So now I'm in like
progressively.
Yeah, now I'm in the what's it called? I'm in like it's a big plane.
The upper area of wherever you were before.
Yeah, it's a big plane. So now I'm in like the little food preparation area of the plane, and I have a guy coming at me on my right, and I have a guy coming down the aisle where the seats are at, and there's like a little food cart right in front of me with a gun on it. So basically, you pick up the gun, you know, dodge the bullet coming from your right, shoot the guy on your right, you know, and then go and shoot the guy down the aisle, pretty much. And then
so it's very like scenic oriented, I guess. Like, or I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to say episodic because it's not, but like, so like
it's basically you move through a level or a situation, but once I finish killing those two guys, then you grab the little black pyramid thing again, and then it moves to the next part of the plane.
It restarts to the next. It's like a new scene. Like okay.
So instead of you moving like to that next part, and then like more guys coming, you just hit the little black pyramid, and then it puts you where you need to be, and then more guys show up like immediately.
You get transported to where that.
Yeah, and I mean I can move. Okay. Obviously, I can move within however much space I have in my room. Yeah. So it's not like I'm exactly stuck where I start at. So like in that example I just gave you where there was a little food cart and stuff, I was able, and that was against like the side of the plane, right? So like the left side of the plane. I was able to move into like the little alleyway, the walkway. So instead of shooting the guy in front of me down the aisle to my right, I was able to like move to the other side and shoot him from the left. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because
Right. So you do have some like, you can move around and do a few things, but it's not like like I said, not like the original game where you're literally running through a hallway and
moving around,
doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It's kind of like it's usually going to start with somebody close to you, and they may or may not have a weapon. So like you kill them, grab the weapon, shoot the next person, dodge a bullet, things like that.
The movement had a lot to do with the game, so I feel like you're kind of getting robbed from a lot of the experience. Even though I'm guessing like I mean that's how the movement occurs in the game, right? If you look around, it starts shit goes down. You gotta stay still.
Moving your head doesn't seem to make it go too fast. Moving your hands is really like what speeds it up.
Triggers it. Okay.
Yeah. So like if I move to pick up a gun, like they're moving and they're probably shooting at me. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Fair enough. That makes a little more sense now. I was trying to figure that out because I'm like, the whole game is like
based upon movement.
Shit moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If I don't move, shit don't move.
Yeah. It was kind of cool though, because basically you spawn in or you start in that area, and you have. I mean, you can honestly look around as much as you want. So I can kind of look around and survey the situation, and I can see what's available to me, like weapon wise, if anything. And then you can kind of plan out an idea, like, okay, cool. First, I'm gonna take this guy out, and I'm gonna take his gun. Then I'm gonna shoot at that guy, and then I'm gonna probably like duck over here. So you can kind of plan it out, which is pretty cool. Because I don't think you could probably do that in the other game. It's probably too fast, like everybody is coming at you. But I thought that was pretty cool. Like you start and you're like, oh gosh, what am I gonna do? You know, it's like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. You know, they have like machine guns. This one's a shotgun. This guy's a knife.
Stop moving your hands. You're like super stiff. You're looking
right. Yeah. So yeah, you're just kind of standing there. It's kind of just think of like think of it being like really. I mean, it moves a little bit. You know, when you're like looking around, but not a lot. So as you're just like looking a little bit, like okay, and then it's like go. You know, whenever you're ready, obviously, and then you pick up the gun or move to like punch the guy or whatever. Then it's on. And
you plan your choreography.
Yeah, and then it's on, and then it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do that. Boom, boom, boom. Do that, and you know, stuff like that.
And then you get shot in the head.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I also felt I felt like I moved enough a lot of times, and I would still get shot in the head.
Still get caught.
But I would like turn and look, and I'm looking at the bullet. It's like to the left of my head. Like,
it's still grabbing.
How did this hit me? Yeah, I'm just like whatever. But the question, I guess, would be, is it worth some money? And the answer is, yeah, it's definitely worth. It's a cool experience.
How much was it?
I don't know, $10 maybe.
Well, that's not too bad.
I think usually it's 30, right, or something like that, or 20. I think it's 30 usually.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Here's one more question that I don't know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
How do you pick levels or whatever in SUPERHOT on normal version?
What do you mean?
I
think you just go from one to the next. Like, it just automatically goes to the next. Like,
so,
once you get to the end of the level, like, it goes to the next one.
Right, kind of like that here too. But I would say maybe after, I don't know, after so many levels, you end up back in like a little room, right? I'm thinking it's VR only because how you start, you put.
It might be VR.
Okay, yeah. So this part's pretty cool, actually.
Also, I didn't play it too much.
Okay, well, this part's pretty cool. You're in like a really, really small room, literally like size for one person. And there's like 3 computers in there. They're all old. There's a bunch of other like computer equipment. All the achievements for the game, which I didn't know at the time until I started getting them, they're like etched into the door. And as you get them, they become little post-its. So say I do something during the game and it's an achievement.
That's cool.
It makes this like a gun sound, and then the little post-it starts like floating down, and you can like pick it up and look at it if you want. So I've done that in the middle of battle sometimes too. Like, ooh, what'd I get? You know. So I'll check that out.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then basically there's floppy disks. It says like SUPERHOT A, SUPERHOT B. So you have like 3 disks, you know, and you have to put them into the computer, and then it loads, and then you grab this like really big, odd-looking VR headset and put it on, and then you're like loaded into the next like section of the game. I thought that was pretty cool. And there was so when you're ready for maybe the second or the third section, there's a podcast playing, and I had to stop for a second, make sure it wasn't us. Because they were complaining about like crafting and stuff like that. I was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Is this us? Like, it might be. It wasn't, but it was just funny because you're in like your room. So basically like, hey, I came out of VR and the podcast is playing and whatever. It was kind of, that part was interesting. And there's another thing I'll tell you about offline that I don't want to maybe spoil for other people.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Right. There's only one thing, but it's not really a spoiler. I'm just curious if it's in the normal version because I don't think it is. Okay. And I thought it was really... I don't know, it was kind of weird that it was in this one. Anyways, yeah, that was that.
Anyways.
Yeah, super hot.
Super hot.
Yeah.
VR.
Yeah, definitely. Whew,
that
was the whole thing.
For the first time ever, at least I felt, for the first time ever, I gave a recommendation that you took into consideration and actually played it. Not only played it, you streamed it.
Yeah.
What is up, dude?
I did, yeah.
Godzilla, man.
Godzilla, yeah. We talked about it last show. And I looked it up. I mean, because you didn't know if it was on iOS. Chest. So
yeah,
I looked it up, and I was like, oh, cool, it's on iOS. And I kind of looked at the screenshots, and it seems kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I downloaded it. I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of cards, and it's pay to win, and I'm not going to play this very long. But I was like, I think I can broadcast from my phone to Mixer. So I downloaded like Mixer Create, and I figured it out. And I'm like, whoa, I can. This is really awesome. So I told you about it. And then I sent you like a friend request and Godzilla, and we played a few matches and stuff like that. So
yeah, man, it's fun. I didn't know you could create squads. You could do all sorts of cool things. And yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's fun. It's a little broken.
How is it broken?
Server issues are more common, at least as of late.
Maybe just a lot of people are playing and they're weren't ready for it or something.
Yeah, it could be that. I mean, the game, I think it's listed as unreleased on Android. Like, it's not like fully stable or whatever.
Oh,
so it's like a beta. Yeah.
I mean, I had a couple server issues, but nothing too crazy.
Other than that, I mean, and it's definitely not done. There's like still items that aren't part of the game. It says coming soon on some of the elite items and stuff like that. So, but overall, man, I thought that was cool. You could create a squad. You get your friends together. You start playing. It's all right.
Definitely.
Yeah, not against it.
Their first version on iOS was released 3 months ago, and the version number is 0.13.37.
Wow. Okay.
Leet.
Oh.
1337. Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know, man. Good for them. Hopefully it picks up. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I honestly, what I found fun. Also, let's get into this real quick. Mixer Create.
Yeah.
I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
You invited me to a game, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go ahead and play, or I'll go ahead. No, you invited me to yeah, it was like as a friend request or whatever in the game.
In the game, yeah.
So I accepted it, and then I saw it. You sent me the stream. He goes, hey, check this out, and I'm like, whoa, you're streaming it, like that's cool, and I'm watching it, like normal, and then I was like, wait, I wonder, like I loaded my game, I hit friends, and it said join. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna join. Hit join. Literally the second I hit join, you said, oh. DRULcast or whatever. Yeah. I think you said my name.
Yeah,
joined the game, and I was like, wait, what? Like, holy shit! Like that was like instantly, like almost instantly. It's like literally 1-to-1, like maybe like a couple seconds off when I saw like the timer.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's not a lot of lag at all.
Mixer,
even
man.
from a phone.
Huge
I mean, I'm on like iPhone 7. It's nothing super fancy, and it's like yeah, even from the phone, it was really quick, not much delay. I mean, there were like some. I guess there were some frame drops or something. It was broadcasting at 1080 though. Also, I mean that's pretty intense, dude. From the phone, broadcast 1080, and play a game and have like
pick up your mic.
And I had the mic on and like real low latency. I mean that's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
So if anybody hasn't tried out the feature yet, go in and try it out. Get Mixer Create, enable screen recording in your control center, and then just do 3D touch on the what's it called? The little screen recording button, pick Mixer as your default, and hit start broadcast. It's literally that simple.
Sign into your
right. I mean, when you open Mixer Create, you sign in. So.
Oh, okay. So so then after that,
you literally just hit start broadcast. I don't have to open Mixer Create or do anything else. I just literally hold on that and hit start, and I'm good to go.
So sick.
Yeah.
So fast.
Yeah, it's literally like 3 steps and the easiest. I mean, super easy. Yeah. So.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have much.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean,
right.
Harry Godzilla though, I like the game, right? I just wish there weren't crates and cards. And I wish I had like a controller also. That's really about it.
Yeah, controls are a little iffy.
Well, it's just mobile. I mean, how do you need a joystick?
Yeah, you can't really. I'm gonna go ahead and just say over the over the holidays. I don't know why. Whatever, doesn't matter. 2 things I'm gonna recommend, and I don't know. You're typically not the guy to do like New Year's resolutions and shit, are you?
No, I don't like those things.
Yeah, you don't really like those things. I want to start reading a little more. I feel like I just don't read anymore, like books.
Yeah.
And I found out that you could. It's so weird. I don't know why they would do it this way, but you could fucking get books on your phone from your library. Did you know this?
No.
So, just doing a quick PSA here. If you're interested in fucking reading more books or even audiobooks, if you want those, there are 2 apps, Hoopla and Overdrive. Fucking great apps. You need like your library card or whatever. Most places you could just register for it online. I got my e-card or whatever. Registered. I'm fucking reading The Martian, bro. Like I saw the movie, but I still want to read it. So I downloaded it, and it lets me download it, borrow it for like 10 days. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then what happens after 10 days? It's like, oh, it gets removed from your account. And I'm like, and then can I take it out again? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, all right, perfect, because I don't know if I'm gonna be finished reading in 10 days,
Right.
So, did that. The other day I was in the car and I was like, oh, let me check out their audiobook section. Not bad. New movie that just came out. What's it called? The Murder on Orient Express.
Yeah.
With Johnny Depp and a couple other people. I didn't watch the movie, but I'm interested.
You never saw like the movie from the 70s?
No. I also realized that was a thing, so I kind of want to watch that also.
Yeah, you should see that
prior.
One. You should see that movie. It's a good one.
Yeah?
I read the book too, so yeah.
Oh, how's the book?
It's just like the movie. There's murder on the Orient Express.
So I am going. So I was in the car. I had to wait for someone, and I ended up listening to the audiobook, and I was like, all right, this is cool. Like, I like this. Like, this is So if you're more interested in getting some of that stuff, just I know it doesn't have much to do with gaming, although they have like gaming. I mean, I think it was Hoopla has comic books and shit like that you can. I don't want to say rent. It just sounds weird. But,
yeah.
Because it's like a digital thing, like, and you can only do like a certain amount per week and things like. Anyways, whatever. There's a whole bunch of little rules and stuff, but I mean, look, it's free. You just register for your like local library card, and you're good. So check that out. Check those two apps out. It's Hoopla and Overdrive. I think Hoopla was the one with the more comics and I guess things like that. I guess that kind of fits in with our podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, check those out. But yeah, that's all I got, man.
I feel like I had some other stuff too, but I don't remember what it is right now.
I thought you had a lot more. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sure I did, but I just don't remember what it is. I'm old. I forget things.
Overdrive. Show notes, man. Show notes.
Show notes for show 220.
Yeah. Show. Yeah.
For show 220. I don't know. I swear I had like 2 or 3 things before we're starting.
You're like, I got you, man. I was like, all right, cool, because I don't really have much.
Oh well, no big deal.
That's fine, man. We'll leave it at that. I don't know what's gonna go down for the following week.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I think I'm out of town this coming week.
Yeah.
And you're out of town the
week after. I'm out of town
that.
the week after. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll
find a show.
We'll talk
somehow.
offline. We'll talk offline. However, I don't know. So we're talking about the week of the 15th, 16th. 16th is when we put out episodes, mostly Tuesday. So yeah, I don't really know just yet. But we'll figure all that out, and if you get a show, great. If not, sorry.
Yep.
But yeah, until next week. Oh, follow us on Twitter. I'm at TrueOz. He is at JSpin. And until next week, play to your drool. Peace.